This is a review of Dear Evan Hansen, a musical that's on HBO Max, and wow, it's wonderful. It's gotten good reviews. It should have. Ben Platt and the rest of them it's a great cast, and the singing is wonderful. It's interesting singing because the songs kind of stop. They're all sort of in the C major range, so they feel good to the ears, but they have a kind of a staccato way about them. It's good. It's really good. I got the soundtrack, and of course Evan is he's a little recessive. He puts us all back into our high school days, which are not days that we like to remember. I remember at one point I was the MC for the talent show. It was about the first public thing I ever did, and my parents got all excited, and they had all these funny vaudeville things to add to it, which were helpful actually. But it was also a hard time, you know. You just didn't know. Everything was important. Is this the right sweater? You know, can I talk to that girl? Can I make a phone call or call her? It was all the recessiveness of Evan Hansen, of Ben Platt. It just it really wonderful. And of course the way he prevaricated about his relationship with Connor Murphy was, pretty typical, actually, a social kind of lying that we all do. He just let it get a lot farther than it usually does, and then he fessed up. He took responsibility for it. But the song, the music, it's just so great. Well, I don't have the playlist right here, but what I wanted to say is, yeah, watch it. It's on HBO Max. And wow, it's powerful. I happen to like musicals, but even if you don't like musicals, this one will get you, because the songs by and large they fit in beautifully. Matter of fact, there's a lot of talking, and you think, well, maybe you're waiting for them to break into song, but they don't break into song exactly. They sort of slide into it emotionally. It's it really fits. Whoever wrote it, and I'm sorry I don't have the names of the two people who did, it's just great. It's just a lot of fun. And hard work, as I say. We all hate to go back to our teenage years, because even those people who were the in crowd, the anxiety level was high for all of us. But with the first thing where Evan Hansen is singing this waving, he's just asking people to wave, and of course he's walking around the school and nobody sees him, and then he just wants somebody to wave, and the song is terrific. And then he walks into the pep rally, and here he is by himself in the middle of the pep rally. It's a really nice piece of video, of filmmaking. Well, I recommend the whole thing. It's just great. And, I'm sorry this is not a definitive kind of take it apart kind of review. I'm a fan and I love it, and I think most people will love it. And as I say, all the actors and the singers in it are just perfect. Anyway, so Dear Evan Hansen. I did want to say a few words about, teen suicide is really at the center of it. And what I want to say to teens or to young people is, one takes one's life so seriously that one doesn't realize that, you kill yourself. That's the final option. You have no other options after that. So I always want to say, don't take yourself quite so seriously. Let this one go. Or, by the time you get to, well, of course I'm 77, but by the time you get to my age, you've had a number of failures. And you realize that you live through them and you actually grow from them. I mean, it's clear in the movie that Evan Hansen learned a lot about himself and about the world. And he certainly got over being able to talk to people, which was quite recessive. But as I say, the one thing I would want to say to anybody who was contemplating suicide is, that's a final option. You don't have any other choices after that. So don't do it. Stay alive and figure out. Now, I understand that as a priest, I've had a number of suicides that I did burial services for. And one of them, I remember he had a terrible problem with depression, and it was the really bad, deep depression. And he killed himself in such a way that nobody could stop him. It wasn't a cry for help. It was, I'm out of here. I'm tired of this. I don't want it anymore. Certainly understandable, but life gives you a lot more options, and the older you get, the more options you have. Although, I have to say that we pretty much work our way out of whatever situation we're in the same way from about 5 years old to the rest of our life. So once you figure out what your way is, you will do it that way. If you back out, or if you deny, or if you angrily slam the door and leave, it doesn't make any difference. Whatever your particular style of moving in and out of difficult situations, that it will be your style. And it starts young and it carries you most of the way. My style is to rehearse and rehearse and rehearse and rehearse, although this is not much in the way of rehearsal. But then I'm not really anxious about it. Do see Dear Evan Hansen. The singing is great. The message is great. It really rips your heart out. Anyway, have a good day.